and unauthorized warfare on United States military personnel.
No. You engage me!
If you've seen the thumbnail, you already know that the A-Team reboot might be on the way, and there's more to the story. Insiders are saying Bryan Cranston could be playing John Hannibal Smith. Back in 2015, they teased an A-Team TV reboot, and it looks like things might finally be kicking off. This time, the reboot could bring in a star-studded cast with some big names. Plus, we've got some fresh updates from Bradley Cooper, who played Faceman in the 2010 film, talking about the A-Team 2. Let's dive into everything we know about the reboot. First off, let's break down what Bradley Cooper had to say about the A-Team 2. In a 2023 interview, Cooper, who played Faceman in the 2010 movie, shared that he was eager as anyone to make a sequel. However, the main issue was the box office performance. As he put it, "I loved it too, but unfortunately outside of you, a few of your friends and myself, there just wasn't enough revenue to supply a second installment of that franchise. So it seems the reason a sequel didn't happen was all about the financials." Liam Neeson, who played Hannibal, agreed, adding, "With the studios and the studio system, it's a question of dollars and cents." It sounds like the cast had a blast making the 2010 movie and possibly saw the potential for more. Charlton Copley, who played Murdoch, also wanted to make the A-Team 2. He mentioned that he still gets recognized for the role all over the world, saying, "100%, I get that A-Team thing all the time. I still to this day can't. I mean, it's District 9 and the A-Team that I get all over the world in the most obscure places." Despite the cast's enthusiasm and the franchise potential, the A-Team 2 didn't move forward, mostly due to the movie's underwhelming box office performance. If the film had done better, a sequel probably would have been made years ago. The A-Team 2 is still not confirmed, and there's no release date in sight. In fact, not only is a sequel not happening, but a planned sequel was officially canceled. Back in 2013, director Joe Carnahan took to Twitter to clear things up, saying, "For the record, guys, and as much as I appreciate all the A-Team love, there will not be a sequel. It didn't make enough money, and that's that." Fast forward to 2015, when Fox announced a TV reboot of the A-Team, which was set to feature a team with both male and female characters. Unfortunately, that project seemed to hit a standstill, as there have been no updates on the show since then. While the excitement for the A-Team reboot first started back in 2015, things have been pretty quiet since then. However, insiders are now suggesting that Netflix might already be searching for writers to breathe new life into the classic series. With streaming platforms constantly on the lookout for fresh content, it seems like the perfect time for the A-Team to make its comeback, especially given the success of other reboots in recent years. The big question, though, is who could take on the iconic roles of Hannibal, Face, B.A., and Murdoch in a modern reboot. For Hannibal, a character known for his leadership and witty charm, someone like Bryan Cranston could bring the right balance of authority and humor, while Chris Pine or Glenn Powell could easily fit the role of Face, with their charm and action chops. For the tough-as-nails B.A., Terry Crews or Winston Duke would be a great choice, bringing the necessary muscle and heart, while a quirky wildcard like Jack Quaid or Pete Davidson could deliver the offbeat, unpredictable energy Murdoch is known for. Beyond the reboot, a prequel could also be an intriguing option, diving into the origins of the team and how they formed their close bond before being framed for a crime they didn't commit. A prequel could explore the early days of Hannibal's leadership, Face's con artist days, Murdoch's questionable piloting skills, and B.A.'s struggles with flying, all while introducing new villains or expanding on the framing story. The potential for a prequel adds emotional depth to the characters and their relationships, making it a compelling direction to explore. Ultimately, the A-Team remains relevant with its themes of loyalty, justice, and creativity, making it an ideal candidate for a modern reboot or prequel. With the right cast and a fresh approach, the A-Team could find a new home on Netflix, bringing its signature mix of action, humor, and heart to a whole new generation of fans. On the other hand, if the 2010 The A-Team suddenly experienced a surge in views through streaming, sparking a return to development for a sequel, there's a chance we could see the original cast reunite. Liam Neeson, who played the iconic John Hannibal Smith, expressed his excitement saying, "I personally would love to get on the horse again, you know? With Bradley and Charlton and Rampage, we all would." However, it's been over a decade since the first movie, and it seems unlikely that the cast would remain the same. Bradley Cooper might now be better suited to take on the role of the more seasoned John Hannibal Smith, given his experience in both dramatic and action roles. While the current trend of legacy sequels offers a small chance for the original actors to reprise their roles, it's not a given. A potential sequel would face the challenge of not appearing as a cash grab, but the ending of the 2010 movie set up the perfect opportunity for a follow-up. The introduction of Agent Lynch as a looming threat left the story wide open for a sequel, which could easily pick up where the first film left off, despite the 13-year gap. However, if the studio chose to completely reboot the franchise, there's a wealth of material to draw from, including classic episodes of the original 1980s TV show. A fresh start could take inspiration from one of those episodes, bringing a new perspective to the old stories. If the reboot aimed to build a new franchise, it could even go back to the roots of the series, focusing on the gang's initial escape from prison and their journey from there. Whether continuing the story or starting fresh, the A-Team still has plenty of potential for future adventures. If the A-Team 2 were to be made, it could likely follow a similar path to the first film in terms of filming locations. The 2010 movie was shot across various stunning locations in Canada, including Kamloops, Vancouver, Cache Creek, and Ashcroft in British Columbia. Much of the studio work was done at Mammoth Studios, which helped bring the high-action sequences to life. Additionally, the film incorporated international footage, such as aerial shots of Cologne's train station, which was mistakenly labeled as Frankfurt Central Station in the movie, as well as a shot of the Frankfurt skyline. For the sequel, many of these locations could be reused or expanded upon, especially since they worked so well for establishing the film's diverse environments. The Canadian Forces Base Cold Lake, which was featured in the German escape scene, could return for more military-focused sequences, with its recognizable base buildings and landmarks. This base, along with the addition of the false canopy paint under CF-18s, provided a unique visual element that could make a return for any action-heavy scenes. Additionally, the Hawaii Mars Martin Mars water bomber, which was used for a daring scene involving a transatlantic flight, could make another appearance, perhaps in an even bigger, more intense role for the sequel. The diverse Canadian and international locations from the first film could continue to provide a dynamic backdrop for the high-octane action sequences in the A-Team 2, making it a visually exciting film for both new and returning fans. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.